Rolling maneuvers are basically a balance point. What you do is you lift up the back or front end, lock into a balancing position. It's like doing a basic wheelie. That's all rolling tricks are, is balance maneuvers. All right, we're going to be doing the hang 5. To do the hang 5, you start out at a moderate or medium speed, depending on what you feel comfortable with, and put your right or left foot on the front peg, whichever one you're comfortable with, and your other foot on the back peg. If you have to, start feathering the front brake.
For all rolling tricks, you're going to use a technique called feathering. That's where you use your brake to control your speed instead of stopping. You'll need to do that when you're trying to balance on one wheel.
And lift up on the back end slowly, and just try getting it to a comfortable point. Mainly, the hang 5 is just a balance point. If you flip over, just get back up, try it again, but just stay with it, it'll come. All right, to do the steamroller, you approach at a medium or comfortable speed. They're all medium or comfortable speed. You put your left foot on the front peg, right foot on the back peg, or whichever you're comfortable if you want to do it switch. And you kick the back end, and you can feather the front brake if you like to get the balance point. Kick the back end around, grab onto the seat, and hang on to it and coast. If you feel uncomfortable, set down the back end and try again. For the half flash, set up by putting your right foot on the left front peg, keep your hand on the front brake, and kick and rotate the back end around like that. Good job. Now try getting your balance point and roll out. Thank you. For the whiplash, you set up similar to the hang 5, except you put your back foot on the same side the pegs are on. Then you set up, kick the back end around. Now try getting your balance point and roll out.
Basically, scuffing is when you use your feet to control the bike rather than your brakes.
What you're actually doing is using your foot as a brake, so you're applying a lot of or little pressure at a time. Front yard is one of the most basic scuff tricks. What you do is you put your front or left foot over the handlebar, like such. You press down on your foot on the front tire and lift up with the back end. You can actually lean against the handlebars too, bring up the back end a little bit easier. And then you set it down and ride out. You can also use your front brake if you need to by feathering the brake.
For the funky chicken, start off in a steamroller position and lift your hanging foot over the bars and begin to scuff on the front wheel. To get comfortable with the scuffing, try walking into this one. Once you got it down, just lift your scuff foot back over the bars and set your wheel down and ride away. Good job.
To scuff on the back wheel, you have to do an endo, which lifts up the back end, squeezing in the front brake. Put your back foot or your foot on the tire, the back tire, and scuff like you would in the front yard. This one's a little bit harder and a little bit tougher. As soon as you feel like you have control of it, ride out.
Basically, with spinning, it's a point where you use your leg and your body to control the spin. Basically, keep everything tight. Don't let everything out. Keep it in. When it starts to carve really tight and really fast, that's when you stick your leg out. But the more you push it out, the slower you go and you'll stop. And the more you pull it in, the faster you go. Mega spin is basically a trick where you just keep kicking the tire, leaning to the side that your foot's on the peg. I mean, that's my way of doing it. Start with either foot on either peg and carve leaning to the side that your foot's on the peg, and you pull up on the front wheel. Keep kicking the tire. You basically don't let the bike go forward. It feels like it wants to go forward. You just keep kicking. Set your bike down and put your foot on the frame or pedal and then ride out. Forward Carl Cruiser to inward spin on the front wheel. You basically start with your left foot on the left peg and your right foot on the left back peg or on the pedal. You lean forward a bit, pull the bike up. When it starts to carve really tight and really fast, that's when you stick your leg out. And you use your leg and your body also to control the spin. But the more you push it out, the slower you go and you'll stop. And the more you pull it in, the faster you go. And then just let your back wheel down. Don't lean back. Just set your bike down and put your foot on the frame or pedal and then ride out. Flip tricks is a trick where you hold yourself up and take your feet off the pegs and flip the bars at the same time. Or if you flip the whole bike, same thing. You're flipping for a point or two, your feet are off the pegs, and then you're landing on the opposite side of the pegs, or back on the same peg if you do a full bar flip. That's it. You can use it in a lot of different lengths and stuff. Bar flip steamroller is basically left hand on the seat, right hand in the air, not holding onto the handlebars, and using my left foot to kick the wheel in a 180 and just grab on with my hand and foot. But basically the way you do it is you lean forward a little bit and just use your leg to kick the bar and just grab back on.